Chairman, you're welcome.
Thank you, Cassandra. Amazing.
Oh my goodness. Lovely to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Lovely to have you.
Happy FM.
Lovely to have you. One of the things, there are certain people like you will say, do they have a different kind of blood that runs through them?
Yeah.
Were they born differently?
Yeah.
Or did they differently, Anna? Because let me start from you as a person. First of all, usually this show is not a profiling show, like your personality profile. But I want to still, go into your mind and understand. So, time I was school, no, course be around sales and BB philosophy and like how to me, like you just have a way of turning things around. And the evidence is in the results.
Yep.
And yeah, you see, unya Stevensian. So on transforming at the animal, definitely you will get the results. And to tell me, let's go a bit into into you as a person. When in school courses been out here, and what actually has informed the kind of results-driven strategies are what pour into this world so far.
Thank you. So, I mean, courses, sometimes, me kind of say the course you do in school will determine what you want to do.
Yes.
And sometimes what you're doing determine the course that you need to take.
Sure.
So mine is the latter.
Okay.
I think secondary school I did visual arts. It's not a secret. I tell everybody I did visual arts. Me, we secondary school, I'm straight into working. I started working as a sales guy everywhere. I mean, you can name more than 15 jobs that I've done. A teacher, a driver, a private school, a private home teacher. So many things. I mean, a hotel porter. It got to a point I started doing ACC accounting. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
But, one key thing that people normally don't check, and I do, is get feedback from people.
Okay.
So constantly I was getting feedback from people. And somebody told me that you look more of a marketer than an accounting person. So try marketing. So that's where I started venturing into marketing and sales and then a farmer.
Okay.
I was telling a group of guys that since I started writing marketing and sales courses, I never failed. Because I won't say something in me is just connecting with what I'm doing.
Connecting with it.
So that's how I started.
The
so
honest
from there,
truth.
I started moving into doing courses, diploma in marketing, diploma in sales.
Okay.
And then I moved up, did my MBA, my degree and an MBA. And then as I grow, I realized there are so many things I need to do because I started speaking to people and coaching people.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I ventured to do a professional coaching course and get certified by the ICF. Right?
All right.
Working as well, I realized I'm growing. People are calling me to come and help their businesses.
Yeah.
You can't have strategy if you don't understand. So I had to go to Harvard to do strategy. From there, I moved into leadership to do my doctorate. I'm doing my doctorate in leadership. So it's where you're going, and then you find out that I need to build the education
around to support where you are.
Exactly.
But it's evidence that you have risen through the ranks, like you've been everywhere, and I believe that those are the traits of a salesperson or a marketing person. You need to get your hands dirty to understand what is happening. But one of the things that's so difficult is sales. Now, I've been in sales for 12 years, and you said in certain organizations I dread all the Monday morning meetings. Yeah. But then after a while, it toughens you.
Exactly.
You can do anything. Yeah. Now, in the economic crisis that we find, in the situation that we find ourselves in, and sometimes it doesn't hit you until you go and buy something that you used to buy.
Yeah.
That is when it hits you. Yeah. Today I went to go and buy simple watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon was 50 Ghana cedis. Yeah. I was like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it takes to get 50 Ghana cedis? He said watermelon is 50 Ghana cedis. And pineapple is 40 Ghana cedis. I was like, no, unbelievable. And what I mean said, no, okay. Now we are in crisis.
Exactly.
Do you know what it takes to get 50 Ghana cedis? I'll catch you with 50 Ghana cedis. Hey, your watermelon. And to make a juice, 90 Ghana cedis.
Exactly.
And now I knew there was a problem.
Yeah.
Now, for a sales, let's deal with the sailing through the crisis. Yeah. And we find ourselves in hard economic. As a leader, how do you get your team to work? Yeah. First of all, this is what is happening. I mean, Meta has laid off certain, a lot of their staff. Amazon is about to lay off about 1,000 from what I hear. Twitter.
Yeah, it happened.
Yes, it happened. And the more I want to say, call, then you as a leader, you begin to shake.
Yeah.
Your staff begin to shake because, hey, are we the next people to go? What am I going to do? Already, that alone is already damping our spirit.
Yeah.
As a leader, how do you mentally hold your team?
I mean, first of all, you'll be surprised if your whole team say, the world is changing because there are effects of the EC. Do you understand? In Ghana right now, because of dollar, things are changing. Trust in me, we'll be on for transport and Belgium. The only effect is maybe So as a leader, the first thing is you need to set the tone.
Okay.
You need to call the people and say, guys, we are in crisis.
We are in crisis.
You need to call them and say, look, we are in crisis. You need to acknowledge the fact that things are not the same, right? I'll use Happy FM most of the times because I'm here.
Yeah.
The sales department here, they have a target. Yeah. The target is fine. They can achieve it. But customer now all has some bills to pay. The raw materials assessor.
Okay.
So you first of all need to call the team in place and say, we have a problem. How do we tackle the problem? How do you, as a leader, if you let the team members know that there's a problem and I'm here with you, I'm going to sync with you, we're going to talk together, and solve the problem.
Yeah.
They open up to you.
Yeah.
So the first, set the tone right and say, this is the problem we have right now. Examine the situation on the ground. Start getting closer to the team members.
Yeah.
You've given them target beginning of the year, right? Yeah, we'll be a Happy FM. Yamano, let me use figures and say 1 million.
1 million.
1 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
From January, that's the target for the year.
Yes.
But mid-July, things changed. You can't hold that guy responsible to achieve the 1 million again. You need to go back to the drawing board. You need to get closer, have one-on-one with him, and then reassure him. In the midst of this, even the target probably will go high.
Yes.
But you need to have that conversation.
I like that.
You need to have that conversation. Sit the person down and say, bro, this is where we are now. What do we do?
Yeah.
It's consultative. You and your person, you sit down together and discuss how we can go forward. If you leave them, hearsay will kill the business.
That's what is happening.
If you leave them and don't engage them, hearsay.
Yes.
Charlie, the people say they don't care. Pressure day town, nobody they care about us.
True.
But I'll be the first person to call the guys and say, hey, look, when I work in any sales organization, we're not achieving our target.
Yeah.
I'm the first person to lift my hand and say this stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't reprimand. I ask you why are you not achieving? What can I do to help you achieve it?
Okay.
You need to change your strategy. And I believe in the 3 strikeouts. If you don't achieve your target, first month, second month, the third month before we strike. But during that process, you need to get closer to the team, build them up, show them how it's done. Now you need to go with them because it's tough.
Showing them how it's done. I like that.
It's tough now. It's really, really tough where the guy is supposed to go get some money from my company. I'm facing challenges with exchange rates because my raw materials are bought from Europe. I need to pay them back. But exchange rate is now killing me. I don't have the money to pay you. So you, the sales leader or the manager, need to go with a guy and try and convince this guy. The guy is owing you 500,000.
Yeah.
250,000 crop. It's a
fuss. Yeah, no correct.
So that's how you need to start teaching them.
I like that. I like the getting closer and they're actually teaching them how to do it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that sometimes you do leadership positioner, then we forget how it's actually done. Let me put it that way.
Yes, exactly.
Some sales and marketing leaders, the current way of doing it.
Yeah.
But if they are to get in there, actually, like you're saying, say yes, you're supposed to achieve 1 million, but say currently, that won't be. But getting close to them is very, very important. Now, every company rises and falls on sales, like I said, but then in our part of the world, in sales, and I say that because one of the things I mean say, sales executives in Ghana are complaining a lot. When commission, when we say, you've given Obi the opportunity to write their check. Now to give them, we're writing a check and we're proving what results, what the commission ever man na yasem. Now we say, how does that happen? Like I know the mentiasia. So it's because Nipanankas on TSC say the company is actually thriving on sales. Now in times like this, just like you said, management is looking at sales. Is going to say, Now, first of all, there's pressure. Into how do you, as a leader, deal with the pressure? Because by now you've started getting gray hairs. Because management will be a show. But then I mean, before now, no, Obian say you are the most important department. Yeah. Only after things like this happen, near say, hey, Debbie, young Congo, you should say, a dear Neko. I tell you, you know, how do you first of all, one kasa, what are some of the ways I'll left on, and what are some of the strategies that you employ in times like this to be able to get out safe and not to sail?
I mean, let's do the sales. Leadership is leadership, right? So in terms like this, we need trick, we need strategy, right? When we know there's pressure everywhere, you need to be empathizing. You need to empathize with the people, right? People normally make mistakes in things.
I think they have a boyfriend and a walk on.
We're tough on crawford.
Yes.
But that's wrong, right? It had to work for me. I make people work for me, they don't work for the organization.
Yeah.
When salespeople work, they work for me.
For you.
They don't work for the organization.
Matthias, yeah.
I move you from working from the organization to me.
Now you're personal.
So Matthias, we know that we need to achieve that target because of me.
Yeah.
It's not because of the company.
Okay.
Right? So look, sometimes, let me give you a typical example. I consulted somewhere. I met one sales guy. Never achieved his target for 6 months.
That's tough.
And then, everybody was complaining. So I got into the boardroom and they were like, you need to fire him. I was like, he looks like a perfect gentleman. He looks smart.
Okay.
Institutional knowledge, he's up there.
Okay.
He's doing pretty well. There's something not gelling. Because the guy feels nobody listens to him. So when he comes in, he can't share his problems with
anybody
in the organization. He can't. So I did a drive. I did about 45 minutes drive to one of their plants. And I was like, let's go. So in the car, you didn't come on, you on count. So we got there and I was like, look, I think the sales team is relying on you to do magic.
Aye.
Do you know you can do this? Do you know you can do that? Do you know you can do this? What is the problem? And he shared, he's just a bit timid. He knows details of the product they are selling.
Yeah, what's all yeah.
Okay. The only thing is he doesn't know how to end the sale.
To close.
Only rebuttals. He's not built any rebuttal to any objections that will come his way. So we started working on that.
Okay.
And I was home one day, he called me that he's landed his first sale, which is like the biggest.
Wow.
And so I realized, I told the manager in charge and said, look, do not sit in the office and think you're a manager.
And just demand.
Any sales management leader or a person who does more than 80% in the office, then we have a problem. Because sales is hands-on.
No crap.
You need to be in the field with the guys. You need to have what we call your daily call structure, whatever, your PJP, your journey plan, and go with them. Be there with them. No, what's your first time. I don't like salespeople telling me stories. I want to go find the stories myself.
Okay.
So I do that with you.
Okay.
Because Cassandra, the area not Tono is not the same as Stephen.
Yes. Yes.
It's totally different. It's totally different. So we need to just do what? Go together. This is the time you need to empathize. There are a few times I've told my sales team, Charlie, tomorrow nobody sells. Just relax. That one day, 8 hours now,
it does a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It's leadership. It's not because you're in sales. You need to be very skillful on how to handle people.
I like that.
How to handle people, and that's it.
I see that you have moved the whole, sales, strategy, how are you be to me into the leadership part of it, because then you are putting pressure, and pressure, and also then the person is down, then maybe are happening in the person's personal life, but because you've not gotten closer, you won't be able to get there. Now, and now we will not let you go without. Before I go to when you were explaining this gentleman, I realized, sir, there is something you see. Like say baby, I want to know. You can just see, say no, this one, he's an Asian in the making. This one, you make it. Yeah. But then before we go into it, we better say, and then by the time I be review conversation, me say me as a leader, me go continue say na me team try say yes, saniyama na ye change. Now say me person me tell me I want to go to the field with them. What are some of the things that we need to do? Niama be na say yes sir. Niama be na say ye de be kan ye ho to make sure say ye will achieve results. Yeah. Sometimes the results may not be 100%. But then in times like this, like you said, results here results. Yeah. Once you can bring 80% to crown, you be for that person OTN what are the things? Yem fun say, yeah, you know, we've employed you now. Yeah, the waba betna money hub. Now you say, bacho, sister, when my because a name. Companies are cutting down on marketing budgets. And the first thing they will do, they say, more LPM, some commercials, no more cutting. And you know, how does money happen? Still, you be make sika in these times. Now you the wapa. First of all, yes, the relationship with the team now, wakano, and your first one, you no to. So one, two, one more. Say if you don't go with them, now what you did there, you are wasting your time. Yeah. And after your year, no, what are the other things? What's he putting in place? Because I find that also to be. I say ye ni menka say ye wo buka obi enyusu. But I believe there is something that definitely wo as chairman oko, whether it is Tigo, whether it is MTN, whether it is Vodafone, whether it's Baby Biawa, there are few strategies or structures that you just change to make things work.
Yep. I mean, I like the point of difficulty in terms of difficulty. You, the guy taking the money now, we expect this kind of, you're in difficulty. The customer also paying to you, no difficulty. So advertising is not only for your staff.
Okay.
You need to start moving it in there. You need to start creating value, right? So, Nipa no want into, and there's a reason. What expertise do you have that you can make it available for that person without even taking money?
Okay.
Right? Do you pick the sales manager from here to one of your SMEs and say, you have 14 salespeople, you guys are not selling. I'm bringing my expertise at your disposal, and I'm going to train you for free. You move into relationship.
Okay.
And times like this, when Nyamaya dinner is relationship. The watermelon seller now or tomano. There's a way you go to one particular person, not because you have the money, because you have a relationship with the person.
With the person, okay.
Do you understand? Or person gives you value. Okwa, what's not care about their brew. Okwa, no man is signal or best and siyama. So that's where we also need to start thinking. Say, baby, it's not just the money, right? Yeah. You come to Stephen Asian's company who has a slot on Happy FM and say, Stephen, I want to come visit you. I say, Stephen, I know times are hard. I'm not coming for the money. Because I'm coming for my money. Times are hard. I know. What can we do to help?
Wow.
What can we do to help? We can give you some 2-hour slot free of charge. Come and talk about. Wow. You create more value.
Okay.
You know, do you understand? And that's what most people don't think. The sales department is they don't build relationship. They don't build relationship. Look, when I was in one of the telcos, now me call a year because that's where you're vulnerable. That's where you need help. That's where you need support. It builds a different
kind of level of relationship.
So this time, when things are tough, try to connect with your customers. Give them value more than they expect from you. The value you're giving them is playing their, ads
LPMs and all that.
But now you can do better than that.
I like that.
You can do better than that. Let's go and think about it. Say you have a bouquet of 500,000 with us. How do we make sure we structure it to make sure it's better? What could just obey morning show pay? But you can go and say, look, morning show no I'm in for 5 and 2, and I'm in for 4 and 2 afternoon because afternoon you say the person becomes super excited. Now you become a consultant to the person. That is how things must get to.
All right.
Yeah. Build a relationship, move just from transactional relationship into consultative, into a very deeper relationship with the customer.
So basically, you're now going to help the business, or not a business, to make it so that we reach mutual.
Simple as ABCD. Simple as ABCD.
You just have to have his brains to be able to do that.
Simple as ABCD.
Or so simple as you need to work at it. Yeah. You need to get to the point where you need to know.
Years back, I think years back,
yeah.
Beginning of my career, I was a sales guy,
yeah.
selling one of the hair products at Makola. We needed money.
Yeah.
3 days, I became a salesperson for the distributors. 3 days.
Oh, wow.
8 a.m. Let me join hair products.
Oh, wow.
Because I needed to achieve.
You needed to achieve. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he has many options in the shop. I'll convince you to buy my product. Nobody sent me. Nobody asked me to go and do that. But at that point, I'm adding value. And the woman was like, and then you see me, bam, say, what do you want? I touch your hair, I say, your hair is beautiful. Have you tried this product? Try it and see. 3 days, me achieving the target.
Because look at it. I mean, in the 3 days, what was Sikaba? So you can't tell me there's no money.
When I moved into the brewery,
yes.
so I was in the brewery.
Wow.
I mean, we should target them. We do promotions. Let me take distributor and track on front.
No front.
Many sales for no.
Wow.
Me see, I was say, I'm 5 crates. Me see 5 crates. You need you 1 to 8. Oh, okay, mom 8. You could be, I say, boss, tomorrow be Friday. If you stock and more, I 7. No, make I give it 10. Then you move. So you see, you need to add extra value.
Extra value.
So the distributor was not joking with me because
yes.
not as I said, the guy will do or deliver.
Yes. True.
So it's not just sell and go. You need to just build relationship with these people.
Wow.
That's what most salespeople think I'm a sales guy.
Yeah.
But maybe from my background as a customer service person, I do understand service sells more than sales itself.
I like that. Yes, very
so
true.
People need to start building relationship with their
that
customers.
Is where the repeat business comes from.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I feel now the way Fidia to Happy 98.9. I would hear the Money Hub with Cassandra, my guest, and your chairman, Stephen Essien. Now let's even talk about crisis in economic crisis. Yeah. Even in industries that you have worked in, there were times when there were storms.
Yeah. Yeah.
How were you able to navigate through those storms? Or would you say those storms are part of what has made you
experience is the best teacher. So whatever happens in the day, it will be an experience. I go back home and I sleep on my bed, lie on my bed. Because how did I solve this problem?
Wow.
How did I, be able to stand firm around these things? Go to the boardroom. Sometimes they bash you.
Where's that?
It offends you. Main car already is about it offends you.
I'm so sorry. But it does happen. The way they just bash you in the boardroom, then you feel like crying.
People say, assassinate. Boardroom, and I one time you're bashing me. I know you won't buy my light of Christ. Will be answering for you, but it offends you.
Yeah.
It matters that I've seen the reactions before. I know why they go upset. Until next time, I prepare very well.
Okay.
Okay. You see, me who boardroom I miss you.
Yeah. Wow.
I've seen it. I've gone
I love
through,
that.
I've worked with foreigners. I've worked with people in different areas. When I was an MD for a company in Kumasi, 3 shareholders, people from the US, from France, from Ghana, and it's like that 3 hours of a board meeting is like,
upgrading about once.
The pressure alone, you've seen it. So sometimes you go in there to just deliver. When you run away from search tax now, you are not able to gather experience. Let me link it back to sales. When you're big rebuttal,
come close to the mic.
Yeah, when you're big rebuttal, when you're big objection, you need to go back and do your homework and say, I will nail this thing. Sales women.
Wow.
How do I go around it to make sure I get a sale? So next time,
yeah.
These are things.
Now, in talking about Nkofa Onyomayejuma outside, the Ghanaian jurisdiction, do you think, sir, one more tackle sales or more? They look at sales differently, and I say, is it the same across board?
I think the principles are the same across board, but they do understand effects of sales. Few people have worked in Ghana. No salary.
Yeah.
He doesn't care the extra mile he go.
Yeah.
Do he earn a salary? Into most of the times, if I consult for people in Ghana, me checking upon salary, me checking upon lifestyle, not very comfortable. I say he can be a salesperson.
He can be a salesperson.
Or a comfortable. Woman about 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. Or a comfortable. Who checking a comfortable? He will never achieve.
You will do more.
Say, my money be now achieve. There people, he must be uncomfortable to wake up in the morning, go and pressurize himself to make money to eat. Until be honey and mano. Sometimes I hear salesperson meeting a salary. Now me teach more and I hear commissioner why achieving before. I say this guy will never achieve his target. But they do understand. Say I need to me and I send me check. So I need to grow and grow. But Ghana here it's like will be business.
Yes.
I'm Sikana me ko him busia for ni on count.
Yeah.
As you say you be juma. I drive around and see so many cars. What pack it? What that salesperson? What that car? But then the boss will be say
But then again, in our part of the world, that for employers who are listening, It's very critical. It's as if, say, we don't understand, say, your business, none other department matters than your sales.
Yeah.
It's the life, it's the blood of the way. But you say, when we commission, so I say, you come see, come sa. Commission, no. Am I wrong to say that?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Commissioning
the motivation. Look, I've worked with some companies where your commission is on an app. You're seeing it on daily basis.
Yeah.
Olandi say no one say okay, my hair red.
I tell you.
Olandi say no one say me green. And I'm
yes.
Olandi say no 24 hours, 72 hours.
Yeah, do you see come out?
You know, it motivates you.
Absolutely.
It motivates you.
Absolutely.
There's a downside of it. Obi Onya, a friend is saying, commission, earlier part. You know, he doesn't pull, right?
Yeah.
But a good sales leadership
is always
make
driven.
Sure that you have mechanisms to make sure. Into me check or run rate for the whole month. Me checking on weekly basis. Into me mommy 14 sales in week 1 and give me 2 sales.
2 sales in week. You are not driven. Okay, Matthias.
It's your commission, but more pressure on the second.
On the second week, Matthias.
Into uye mistake no the Nabuma. The sports guys no be all looked at deals no go to cook.
More train. It's in there.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
you see, the leader must be extra smart.
I like that.
One time, somebody told me that you need to run more than 200 meters whilst your staff is running 100 meters. Because you need to be ahead of them. You need to be ahead of them.
Absolutely.
The way I make share my commission structure no, to make sure say $1 million mommy this week. But Friday night no, apepa.
Yes.
The following week is a different attitude altogether.
Yes.
You commission me to
yes.
Now I'm going to check what you're going to do for that week as well. And these are the things sales leaders need to understand. And, you know, on your commissioner farm man.
Yes.
Because every sales organization a budgeted commission in the system already.
Okay.
What focus that into nya farm man and just be other wa hit extra beer so can buy in your own account.
Yes.
You need to make sure say the person is getting the money.
I like that. Yeah. Now let's talk about you know, how you are able to pick. You know, now there are lots of junior executives, and you know, our per se, they are eager to work.
Yeah.
But then I told you, we wouldn't name exactly what their bosses want, and I'm happy that you're talking more. You're talking more on leadership of the sales, SMBBR, and that's because and also honey lacking. Leader need him how to manage the weak and the strong in the team, just like Okano, or him how to manage even the ego. You will be on him say, I'm Asian, I'm going to sit here, where, you know, my end of man, no matter about I'm Asian. And Asian goes like, no, wake up, you know, because I know you can do it. It takes a certain kind of leader to be able to bring that. Now, a different qualities, and who will be more, you just say, this one is another Asian in the making.
Somebody who doesn't say no to objections, somebody who is positive, you know. There are a few times I only will be very Juma. Cassandra say young call Tank Palace. You're going to be a deal Charlie Tank people serve, I'm not sure. Clearly, the person
it's not driven.
Exactly. The person goes and say, before last year, we didn't get a deal. Last year and this year is totally
different. Two different things.
So the person is somebody who will go and say, Mekwa koye.
Yeah.
If they say no to me, it's better than say man koye.
I like that.
And that's one. You see, businesses as well, they employ people who are there to solve problems. Problem, no best solve it.
Yeah.
One of the telcos I'm here, Jumano, immediately I got into the sales role. I became the chief business officer of that area. When I got there were problems. So I said, okay, first 1 month, nobody is selling. Let's go back and fix the problems. Let's go back and fix relationships.
Yeah. Relationships had been broken.
So we go and it's like, I'm taking full responsibility. I'm here now. The good news is that my background is customer service. So I'm here to solve other problems. This is not going to happen again. I promise we can't repeat this again. We are now what's here. I said, no, can I say, so your contract is ending in March. Do I bring you more phones? How do you renew it?
I like
what I say. So it's somebody who is a problem solver. A sales guy is not somebody who sells and run away.
Yeah.
It's somebody who must be a problem solver because you're not just giving the person products. You need to move from the functional bit to the emotional or logical bit of sales. I want you to drink water. I don't come and say drink water. I can say, Charlie, you need to
quench your thirst.
I've moved you from the functional bit of just drinking water.
Yes, to providing,
exactly.
a solution.
Yeah, so these are the kind of salespeople we need.
Have you studied emotional intelligence? Because it looks like cacao.
Cacao.
Yes,
so,
tap into your emotions. That's to quench my thirst. Oh, I love that water.
Exactly.
Oh wow, it's been amazing. Hanging out with you and having a conversation with you personally. Lots has changed. No, lots has changed. I mean, how can we fix certain things? Let's go back, those who have left because they're upset about something, how can we bring them back? Yeah. In Money Hub, it's not about come and put your LPM, we will play your... No. What are the added way that we can do? Yeah. You talked about training. I would love to go into training for my clients, as an added value that I can give to them. Why? Because I'm a training facilitator and I can train their staff on sales. As for sales, the sales staff, confidence is zero. The confidence that was say and it's just a mindset. Yeah. It is not because on Gucci shoe and away. It's just a mindset to know, say, I'm going to kill this sale, whether it is ACN, whether it is Lucy, whether it is, no matter where it is, I'm going to sell this thing too. Yeah. So I believe, my mind is changed, and I believe so be OT and things have changed. First, from a leadership point of view, and also, wow, you're a salesperson, OT, you can be the value in your team. Yeah. Yes, Soresono, what are some of your most treasured experiences and lessons I will be to pass it on? Because I believe so, baby, we do in terms of leadership, in terms of, where you're going, is more of the coaching, is more of the impacting the knowledge into the younger generation. And to know what are your most treasured experiences and lessons would be in anyway.
So number one is make yourself a problem solver. Add value to the business when required. It's not just for the money, right? I have some presentations where I say that give more than you take. People don't normally understand. Give more of your work. That will help you for the next level. That's where you'll be helped to move into your next level. Second one is know how to communicate very well. Know how to communicate. One of the key things you ask about how lead an intimate manage people are. As a sales guy, the first time I come into any organization, I said to my boss, we set the record straight. What do you expect from me? How do I relate to you? How do you want it? Some leaders like micromanagement. Others like macro management. You need to understand. If you don't understand your boss, look, I mean, you may be a boss at because I don't want to work after Nebia on pay. I don't want to wear suit to be on pay. I don't want to wear shirt to be on pay. Just to make sure, say, because you're working for that guy.
Wow.
Just to make sure, so only who are the same wavelength. You on the same speed.
That is deep.
Make no mistake and feel say
that is deep.
Obi on it is you're funny lightly,
yes,
but it's very important.
I like that.
Some organizations, salespeople come to work only once a week because the rest of the time, no more field.
Yeah.
Obi micromanager or person who they be.
True.
So you don't just wake up and do things. When do I send my reports?
Okay.
How do you want the report template? You need to make sure everything is aligned on what the leader wants. Then you'll be able to flow easily.
Did you hear that? No. Wait. Now this one is revelation on the enemy. Exactly. Because that's where we all fall.
Yeah.
So you need to really ask the one who is the visionary. Saying now what time now sending reports no. Saying now. Wow. And those are the simple things. Yeah. So for you as a person, with the exception of the fact that you can see someone who is positive and way and say that this person has it, the other thing that you're looking out for is someone who is aligned to your vision.
Exactly.
And oh, I think I'm a top salesperson too.
But you have the freedom to think and add value, but it should be in sync with what we are doing. And that's how you're superhero into who you're the boss and you guys will never be aligned.
Never see eye to eye. Yeah. All right. This has been the Money Hub with Cassandra, my guest and Chairman Stephen Asian.